Hi guys, I am back with week number 45 of my project life for 2015, and oh my gosh, it has been forever. It just has been forever since I have posted a video. I have been so busy with some other crafty things I've been working on, and I had this big long 4-day weekend crop that I went to, and life and work and everything. So I apologize for being a little bit absent on YouTube the last couple of weeks. So hopefully I will get back in the swing of things and get some of these videos up for you that you can enjoy. So today I'm doing week 45, and I'm just using a variety of cards from my stash. I don't have a particular collection. If I can let you guys know, I will as I'm going through, but they're pretty random, and I just kind of put all of my cards in one drawer for the most part, so I don't really keep track of the brands and such. But this card that I'm working on right now is a Project Life card from one of the core kits, and the one on the left is a crate paper card from, I think, one of their birthday kits. The week 45 is stickers from A Simple Stories, one of the travel collections. That doily is just for my stash, and now I'm looking through some stickers to try to figure out what else I want to put on top of that doily. And first I'm going to add this little heart, and this is from a sticker sheet that's in my stash. I believe it is from, oh, it looks like everything's been cut off. I'm not sure where it's from. Maybe a crate paper collection? I'm not sure. It's one of the, it's a family collection, but I can't remember exactly which one it's from. That sticker that says Happy Memories is from October Afternoon, the thrift shop collection. And now I am pulling out some American Craft stickers and some other puffy stickers in a little bit from one of the fall lines that they had. And I got these from Marshall's, I believe. And so they're really, really good price. And that's always nice when you can find stuff at those kind of places for a discounted price. And it is from the Aspen collection, the Remarks from American Crafts Aspen collection. And I have some of the things sitting here. That's why I know them. Because normally I don't have anything sitting out. But I am doing a voiceover in my craft room, which I normally do my voiceovers in the kitchen. And I don't normally have all my stuff with me. So this time I kind of have some of my stash. So hopefully that will help me tell you guys kind of where things are. So that little fall circle sticker, that is from the puffy sticker line from American Crafts. Now I'm working on the next card. This one on the left, I believe, is a Simple Stories card, and then obviously the one on the right is just a picture of my daughter. She won a little award for just doing an extra special job at school. The stickers I'm using right now are from Teresa Collins, and I'm going to be using this little number one because she's number one, of course, because she's my daughter. I'm not biased at all. No, no, no. This washi tape is just some from my stash. I don't know where that one actually came from. I got it recently, maybe at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but I don't remember the brand name. It might have been actually just one of the Hobby Lobby or Michael's brands, actually. So now I'm just looking through my stash, and I'm going to use these Sandy Lion kind of 3D stickers, and they look like little flowers, and some of them have little gems in the middle. So I'm just going to add those in a couple different places on this card, and I'm going to call this one done, I believe. And there you can see a close-up. Next, I'm going to be working on a card and a picture of me and my jammies, and I thought this card was appropriate. It just says Home Sweet Home, and I'm sitting there in my jammies. I love those jammies. They have fox all over them, and they say Foxy, and I think they're cute because I love animals, and they're appropriate. My mom got them for me for Christmas one year. This is a little felt heart that I had in my stash, and I'm not exactly sure. That may have come from, oh, I don't know. I think I've had them quite some time. I can't remember exactly the brand. And I'm just taking some of this baker's twine. It's a tan and white baker's twine, and adding it to the little holes in the middle because I don't like having just the holes sitting there with nothing in them. So I'm just going to glue that over the top of the heart on the house. And then I'm going to call this card done. And I'm just using my Scotch Quick Dry and my fine liner bottle to adhere that. And because it is like a paper and the felt, it seems to stick okay. But I have found that a lot of times when you're trying to glue down felt, there's problems with it sticking. So sometimes I have to use glue dots instead. Oh, and here I'm showing you that I totally spelled this incorrectly and had this card wrong. So what I'm doing is just transcribing the information from the card to this label. And that label is from a pack that I got at Michael's. It's from Recollections. They're just paper journal note little things. And this one in particular is going to fit perfectly underneath the picture and cover up my mistake in my spelling. And I'm kind of bad when I'm doing these little cards in my Collect app. I don't always pay real close attention to the spelling, which is unfortunate because then I print them and then they have something funny. But the good thing is you can always fix it. It's not a big deal. So here is a picture of my daughter. She absolutely loves watching Graveyard Girl. I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with her, but she is another YouTuber that just does life stuff, vlogging and product reviews and just different crazy fun stuff. So she absolutely loves Bunny from Graveyard Girl and she loves watching her. And I think it's kind of fun because it's mostly pretty wholesome stuff, nothing too outrageous. And I like that she can watch some of that stuff on YouTube. So that card is done. I'm just putting hey there, nothing too exciting, and I'm just going to put the little star on the left, trying to tie the two cards together. And I anchor that hey there with a little bit of washi tape from my stash. That card right there is also from that Crate Paper birthday collection. And now I'm moving on to the next two cards. And if you've been on my channel at all, you have seen many, many sunsets or sunrises. In my project life, I absolutely love the sky, especially when it's these awesome, fantastic colors. So I take lots of pictures of them and they show up quite a bit in my project life. So this time I am just going to add this little Teresa Collins sticker that says live with gratitude because I am always grateful for the beautiful nature that is around us. So that is that. And I'm going to add a little flower there just to tie this card in with the other card that I had added the flowers to. And then that little epoxy flower is been in my stash for forever. Some of them are kind of actually changing color a bit, but I thought it kind of went with the fall theme. I didn't mind that it was a little bit yellow. So I used it and I anchored it with a little bit of washi tape, and that fox is adorable. And I don't remember which one that came from or what collection that fox came from. That red card on the left is just a piece of paper that I had in my stash. What I do is if I have scrapbook paper that I've used, I cut it down to 4x6 and 3x4 cards. And I definitely have been using my scraps up so much better than when I just kept them in a drawer because I was never using them for my scrapbook pages. So this was a perfect way to use up those scraps. And like I said, I use them constantly. So that's another sticker from the American Crafts Aspen line and that little puffy birdie. And the birdie is so cute. And now I'm just going through these Tim Holtz letter or word stickers, and they come on this sheet with craft and white. And I don't get to use the craft very often, and I thought this craft color was going to go perfect with the layout because it is kind of a fall brownish theme. So I'm choosing to use those, and I'm going to add a phrase that says fun with family and friends. I think that's what I'm going to end up saying. I can't quite remember. I guess we'll find out together. But this is just a picture of a little, what is it called? Like a night out with family and school so that when you go and you order stuff from the restaurant, the school gets some of the proceeds from the night. So that is what this picture is of. And me, my husband, and my daughter went and we saw a bunch of the teachers up at school and a bunch of my daughter's friends. So that was fun. So, oh, it's just going to say with friends and family. And I'm just adjusting those. And then that and is not going to stay on. So I'm going to use some glue and just get that on and use my tweezers to help me because I have my fat fingers get in the way. And that ends up going down perfectly. And here is a close-up. I love those little puffy stickers. They are adorable. And especially that little birdie. Anything animals is pretty much something I'm drawn to. So it was perfect. Now I am going to be pulling out, oh, I forgot. I'm going to actually, I wanted to tie in that doily from the title card. So what I'm going to do is take this little bitty scrap of doily and I'm going to anchor the little cluster of the flower and the bird on it. And I just think that ties things in a little bit more. And it kind of helps the little cluster of the flower and the bird show up a little bit more on the page. I think they were kind of drowning a little bit back into the background of the kind of maroonish red color. I guess it's kind of a reddish color. So I thought that would be a good way to pop it up. So now this is the second half of my layout, and I have to admit, the first side of the layout I did about a week and a half ago, something like that. And, you know, I was struggling with a little bit, but I was actually having some fun with it. This side, for whatever reason, I just could not make it work. I mean, I obviously finished it because that's why I'm doing this voiceover, but I don't know. I really struggled with this side. It took me a lot longer than it normally does. I just really wasn't happy with how it was turning out. I finished it anyway because obviously I need to get the weeks done, but it's not one of my favorites. And it turned out okay. It's just, I don't know. There's just something about it that just wasn't working for me as well as I would have hoped. So I'm just taking some more of those little felt pieces. This one is a star and a little button, and I guess they're all buttons, but one's a star and one looks more like a normal button. I'm adding this tan and white baker's twine to it because, like I said earlier, I don't like it when it just has those holes. And then I'm going to add the picture on top of this card, which I actually really like the card that it's going on top of. It's just really pretty. And so I'm just going to trim off that excess. And I'm going to use or a few more of those, or no, one more of those labels from the set that I used earlier from the Recollections, because I just want to add a little something else to it. I thought it was a little bit plain, and also the two little felt pieces seem to kind of also fall back into the background and not show up quite as much. So I'm going to take a label that has some orange in it. I'm going to cut it in half and use half on the right side and half on the left. The one on the right side is going to have a little bit of journaling, more about my daughter in the bathtub, and the left one is just going to be anchoring those little felt button type things. And I'm just using a Sharpie marker because this is a slick surface, so I needed to have something that wouldn't smear. And this is where I was kind of talking about earlier, where that liquid adhesive does not really work on the felt pieces, especially when it's on a non-porous surface. It just was not working. So I believe I end up using, I either use a whole bunch of this liquid adhesive and I just kind of let it sit there and not mess with it too much, or I may go back and actually add some glue dots. Oh, I think I may add some glue dots actually off screen, so you're not going to see that. But if you guys ever have problems with these little felt pieces or fabric pieces, you may want to try using either a glue dot or your roller adhesive or something other than the liquid adhesive. I'm just adding a little scraps of the washi tape here and there just to tie the cards in with the other cards. And now I'm working on a card that came from a Project Life core kit. And I'm just using this chipboard Thankful for You. And I'm going to put a little bit of journaling here about how me and my daughter are very thankful to have friends that we can hang out with, and we don't get to hang out with all the time, but when we do get to hang out with them, it seems like we just saw each other the other day. We kind of catch up really quick, and it's really nice to have friends like that where you don't have to feel like you have to start all over again each time you see each other when it's been a while. I didn't like the numbers on that left side of the card, so what I did was I took the two pieces of washi tape and just kind of covered them up. You can still see them a little bit in real life, but I thought that was okay. I wasn't too worried about that. And so now I'm just going to stick that kind of chipboard piece, and I'm going to get some brads for my stash that look like little buttons. They're very cute, and I've had them in my stash for forever. And they came from Michael's, I believe. I think they're memory makers or making memories. Making memories. And these little thank you stickers and the chipboard thank you is from an old SEI card kit that I have had in my stash forever again. Pretty much a lot of my things in my stash I've had forever, and I just need to start using them, and Project Life is the perfect way to do that. I feel like I can pull pieces from all different places, and they're little pieces too, and I can just kind of use them all over my page. So this is a card I did struggle with. I wanted to use some of these stickers because I've had these family stickers for quite some time. Like I've mentioned, most of the things are for quite some time. It's from Amy Gatewood from Flip It with Flair. I think those are probably, I don't know, like 20 years old? I don't know. Probably not that long. Oh no, I'm looking at it right now. It says 2005. So what? That's 11 years ago? So I've had it for quite some time, and I think it's about time I use them. So I was desperate to use them. So I decided to use this family affair. Me and my daughter and my husband went to the Peanuts movie, and the color's okay. It kind of goes with the colors of the grass in the Peanuts movie. I also added the number 3 from the Teresa Collins sticker sheet. That's just to signify me, my husband, my daughter, and then I'm adding another one of those little flowers. And it's okay. I'm going to try to use something else with the car, but nothing else just seems like it's going to work. So I'm going to leave it like this, but I don't know. This is not one of my favorite cards. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. It's just not doing it for me today. But, you can't be happy with every single thing you do. Sometimes you just have to stick it down and move on. And there is a close-up. Next, I'm going to do 2 cards that are just cards, no pictures here. I didn't have a ton of pictures from this week, so these 2 cards are just going to be decorative. And I'm trying to see if I can use any more of these stickers from that sticker sheet that I'm desperate to use. And I'm thinking about using that camera, but I didn't want it to blend in too much because I think that camera is way too cool and I want it to stick out. So I didn't decide to use it for this time. So I'm going to use these kind of fabric-y leaves that I've had for a while. And because it's a kind of fall-ish layout, because it is in November, I believe, I decided to use that. And I'm going to use a piece of doily just again to tie in the different cards from other places. And I'm sticking that flower down, and this washi tape is from October Afternoon. It is so cute. It's got little squirrels and acorns on it. And I'm just going to pull a piece off, cut it so that you can see the two squirrels and the one acorn, and I'm going to do a little flag end on the one side. And because of this fabric leaf, it doesn't stick down extremely well, but I figured once it gets into the page protector, it's going to stay down nice enough. I'm also going to add a little one of these puffy stickers to this card as well. Again, just tying in the cards from this side, one side of the layout to the other. And I don't know why, but this little thing did not want to stick for nothing. So I'm going to try to push it down and it's going to come up. It's not going to stick down. The washi tape's not sticking down very well. I'm trying to use some more of the dot adhesive. It's still not going to stick down. And I'm ultimately going to just stick it down with some of this liquid adhesive. And it ends up staying okay, but I don't know. It was being really stubborn. See, look, I had to put more adhesive. I don't know. I'm not sure what the problem was, but it was just not wanting to cooperate. But it's fixed. It will stick down after I hold it there for about 20 minutes. And that is that card. And I believe I'm going to keep that, yeah, we were here card, just simple. So this is an old Studio Calico card that I got in my Project Life kits from many, many years ago. And I am just taking this strip that has a little phrase on it from the Teresa Collins sticker sheet that says, "Start each day with a grateful heart." And I just thought the color and the creaminess of the background of that looked well with the card. And this is actually a picture of a program. My daughter actually got up in front of the whole congregation and read the core values to everyone at the congregation, and I was so proud of her. I couldn't believe she stood at the podium, talked in a microphone to all these people in the congregation, and she was okay. She wasn't shy. She wasn't nervous. I think I was more nervous for her than she was. And it totally almost made me break down in tears, but I didn't want to be crying. So I held it in, but I got it on video and I am so proud of her that she is so much braver than her mom. I would totally have never done that in a million years when I was 7. So very, very proud of her. So I'm just going to add a little extra journaling here on this card to kind of talk a little bit more about that. And then that don't forget just says a bunch of things like, "I'm in awe of you, you equal impressive," things like that. Now, these are the last 2 cards that are in this page, and these are just going to be decorated. There's not going to be any journaling or pictures or anything that goes with it. So I'm just using some of the various stickers and things from the sticker sheets that I had out for this layout. And the one with the heart and the frame is also from that Amy Gatewood Flip It for Flair, or Flip It with Flair. So I was glad to be using that. The little circle there, I'm actually not going to end up using. I'm going to swap that out for something else. I am going to use this little tag. It is from that one collection I said was kind of family. I don't have the brand. Maybe Create Paper. I can't remember. I'm also going to use this little epoxy sticker that comes from that SCI card kit that I've had. And this sticker was not sticking all that well, so I'm just using a little bit of a liquid adhesive, and I will add some twine to the top of that tag because I don't like empty holes, and just trim it off a little bit at the top. And I'm also going to add a little puffy fox there to the bottom right of the little heart tag. And he's so cute. So he's going to stick right there. And then to top it off, I am going to add a little blue tab that I believe says remember. I think that's what it's going to say. I'm going to put it over there by the heart sticker. So it's from October Afternoon. No, memories. I was close. It is blue though. So I'm going to try to put it here. It's not going to work. It's going to be a little too long, so I'm going to trim it off. And then I'm ultimately going to pull the sticker off, stick it to the top of the sticker, and then have that tab hanging off the top. Because this is on the right-hand side of the page protector, the tab is okay and it sticks up because the pocket is open on this side of the particular layout. So that's what I decided to do. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I hope you are enjoying my videos. And again, sorry I was on hiatus for quite some time, a little bit of time. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you join us, and hopefully I will make videos that you and everyone else will enjoy. So if you have any questions, like I said, leave it below, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. Bye. Have a great day.